Welcome, everyone, to episode 325 of the Craftverse series. And today we're going to be starting off with the Windows version of Minecraft rather than the Switch, which is going to be a little bit different. Now, you might immediately notice a couple of changes between last episode and this episode. There is notably a structure right here, as well as a replica of the Melty Lighthouse we built on this island over on that one. But there's only currently one access point to that island, and this week we're going to try to work on doing a little bit of smoothing out and connecting. I also have plans to connect this island directly with in front of that build, so I don't have to go all the way through the wool farm or cross the lake. So we're going to start off with that, I think. Sounds like a good idea. Hopefully you guys enjoy the slightly different graphics of being on the PC versus the Switch. Let me know if there's a preference that you have or if this is a bit too much. I'm still tweaking and learning this setup, so bear with me, okay? We're gonna start this off though by grabbing chiseled tough bricks and tough blocks. Thought I placed that. I did not. That should be enough for what I need to do. I don't think I'll need quite that many, but you never know. One stack of these will definitely be enough, and then I can just put these back in the inventory. And we can start out, literally shoveling the stuff out of here. Go away. Okay. Well, first things first, I need to put you over here and you two over here. I'm more interested in the wall at the moment, but I will also take the light. These are replaceable. I'm not too concerned. You need to go and you need to go. Because we're going to be turning this into a diagonal so it matches with this side. You're fine. You gotta go. Well, I could have turned you into... It's fine. So we need 3 spaces on either side. Just remove these entirely. 2, boop, 2, 3, boop, 2, 3. And then I can remove all the rest of this moss. Take these out. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab that and that. Picked up a couple of lights, so we'll just install those right here and right here. Good, I picked up the right thing. So I need to replace what I have removed of the path. However, that is not all that got removed. Okay, you can now just sit here. And then we take that and that. It's going to look a little janky for a moment, but once I get the other pieces to fill it out, we'll be fine. All right. Have any other junk in the inventory? I've got these. That can get out of there since I'm not going to be moving any more of those for a bit. All right, that frees up a bit of space. Just going to put that in there for the moment, I guess. No, I do want to have that grass spot. Because I'm going to be removing this, not that. this. You need to kind of go all the way down to the wall based on what I had in the creative world. I've been tinkering with a couple of options here and there, trying to get this world to look nice. This goes one more over. And then we do this. That's the wrong block. It did not want to switch. That one. It seems some things do carry over between versions of the game. Blocks not wanting to switch in the hotbar just because you hit the correct button to make them switch. So we want to go 2 here, 1 there, and then that's this. Which means you are also that. Okay, so now I want to do that. 1, 2, 3, and you. That's definitely enough dirt to finish this off. I say dirt, but it's grass, I'm aware. If my voice sounds a little off today, it's because, with the changes of the weather, my body is not wanting to cooperate with me that much. I'm pretty sure multiple people have experienced this recently, so I'm not the only one. So we want to bring this wide swath over. And because that is the new destination here, we're going to bring that out, fill this in, and then we can pathify the rest of this. I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to do this area. It didn't quite sit right with me, even though I kind of did like the original path that I made. It still kind of looks a bit janky. As you can see, there's that one jut out there, and then it arcs the other way, and it's like, that's not something I could see an actual horse path doing. But I'm still learning my pathing capabilities. Trying to figure out the best solutions for this area, and I think I have finally come up with a suitable answer. We're going to start by doing this, and I need to get some torches. So we're going to drop that, run over and grab the torch, and for the moment I'm going to put you right there. Those are actually not in the way of anything, and I don't want you to despawn, so. I can't pick these up anymore, so that can go away. Don't really need the poppy. We're gonna put you where you belong, which is right there. So I don't accidentally pick you up again, you can just go right there. And I don't have a need of either of these, I think. So I can use these as placeholders to light the path so I don't get mobs. That would be good. All right, so now I need this to come out like so. 2, 3, that. You need to come out like this. And we go up 3. That. And like this. Pick up all this excess stuff. Okay, we're gonna put you here and here. You're gonna be in the middle of the path where I don't want you, so you can go right there for now. The rest of this path is gonna be restructured, so you can ignore this. Wait a minute. Something about this is wrong. It is very wrong indeed. It's one block over. Whoops. You skedaddle. Yes, I'm aware you were trying to help, but I don't want your help. All right. All of that gets to be grass, and now this should be the right size. Good deal. Trying to keep the same path structure in play. And now from here is where it gets a little bit tricky. I need to consult an image real quick. Give me just a moment. As I said, I am doing this on PC instead of my usual, which is a tad different. So I don't have the preparedness I normally do. Okay, so now I should be able to come over here and have the image pulled up and be fine. Okay, you. Thank you. Geez, that fire is so much brighter on PC. Okay, so that much is correct. I now need to go 1, 2, 3 there. And then you actually go out that way because that is perfectly flush with the center of that door. Now, my problem currently is this does not support that design, but plan at the moment is just to get this in the right standing. And I don't think I need any more of this for the moment. So I can put these away, make some space. Tough brick. Try to keep things semi-organized. To the best of my ability. I'm going to need to do a little bit of restructuring of this area. That is pretty much the only thing I needed it to do to get that restructuring in play. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And we're going to pop that out, and that's going to be the official new connector. So we can take these. That can actually stay. Ooh, such an easy trigger to hit. Hello, horse. Why are you trying to eat my pathway? Oh, you're hungry. Okay, that's actually a valid reason why you would eat my pathway, but can you please stop? Just stop being hungry. At least you're not a sheep that will turn it into dirt and make it ugly, but still, I don't really want you on my pathway at the moment. Don't worry, I will be picking all of this back up momentarily. But this is going to give me a bit more workspace for another build. Not that I have anything explicitly planned for this segment right here at this point. It's more what this road that I'm just building now connects to that I have plans for. Now, off camera, over the last couple of weeks, I have been trying to come up with a suitable way of connecting these two sections besides just having, the one connector over there being that tower. Because I don't always want to go through the flower tower every single time I want to come through here. Not that the tower is bad by any means. I do still love the thing. But it can't be the only connector I have to the island. Obviously, I have the bridge that goes directly to my base, but I don't want to go there every single time I come through either. Especially because I am attempting the process of making this suitable for a world download down the line. And I would like to have more freedom to walk around than simply having to go through my base or through a tower that most people wouldn't potentially want to go through every single time. So trying to be considerate of potential foot traffic. Also, not everybody likes to use wings, and I am trying to make it completely foot traffic accessible for that reason. We're going to just plop that right there for the moment. Oh, there's a creeper. Okay, now I should be free to put the rest of this grass in if I don't have a little brown helper. Go over there, or I put you in servitude. Don't make me bring out my inner Joel. Oh, he did not like that. He started stomping his hooves and everything like he's going to charge me. Joke's on him. I didn't bring my money with me. So what I'm going to end up having to do to even this out is make it look a little janky for a bit while I do this. Fill it in with the path block. Because it's all the same amount of block. Well, that actually does what I needed you to do anyway. The main issue is part of that same amount of block is this moss, so I need to remove a little bit of underneath, stuff the moss down there, and put the dirt that I'm removing from under here on top of the moss. I just wouldn't bone meal this grass. I'll probably forget and end up bone milling the grass anyway, but, that'll be my bad. And done. Now I just have to put the moss up here, and I'm not trying to make an ice cream sandwich. I'm trying to turn this back into dirt. And it seems to be going in nicely. Quite a bit of progress for a single episode, even though it's just one stretch of a path and it's not even fully in yet. But we will be going over the next changes momentarily. Now that all of this is done, I don't have to look at it anymore, and I have my next steps in play. I'm going to be doing a bunch of the clearing and stuff off camera because, as you can see, there is currently a mound of grass in the way. Originally, I had quite a bit of plans for that mound of grass, but I don't at the moment because that mound of grass, which was originally going to be reallocated to being an island right here, and I'm not set on whether that island needs to exist. All right, but now that we've got this restructured, Let's see how it walks. So let's go all the way from the clay farm. We'll start here. Like we exit the clay farm. I'm just going to go for a little stroll. This is a nice continuous path, and it goes all the way to where this is going to meet, which is going to have a bridge right here if you can't tell. And it's going to wind all the way around here to the central hub of the island if we wanted to go that route. Of course, we could also come up this ridge here, around the bend, in front of the bamboo farm, all the way back to the main road and head that way if we wanted to just do a race. That could be interesting. There's lots of options. I considered potentially bringing this out that way, but it it would take away from the whole purpose of this path, I believe. Just having like an industrial road stop here, and it might not even connect properly. Plus, I left exactly enough space for this little stretch of path here in between these areas. Actually, now that I'm looking at it a little closer, I could potentially put one right here and have it maybe if we did 1, 2. I'd have to remove this, I believe, and go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, because that would take away from part of this. And if I did it here, it would go 1, 2, 3, and have this right here be it, and that would take away from the mud farm. Because I didn't put that with a road in mind. I thought having one actual road is enough, and we can just have this area here be pathed out, and it would look all right. So I'm okay with this. I need my horse bait over here. Yep, see, horse is already interested. You're just upset because I hit you. Here, have that. You can go away now. No, I'm not giving you another one. All right, so we're going to go back down this road. Well, path. Road, path, footpath, whatever. And we're going to go across the bridge. Now, this bridge is going to be vitally important because I'm going to be making an extended version of this. Way over there where we added that extra extension of road that goes into the cliff face. But if we walk over here, we get a nice visual of this wizard build by good old Rusty. Now, the reason I didn't build this on recording is because this takes 3 tutorials to get done right, and I completely switched up the block palette, and that'd just be a lot of pausing and restructuring, and yeah, no. Plus, I don't want to take away from a creator's tutorial, and it's one of the best on his channel, if not the best views that he gets, so I'm not going to take that away from him. I will link the tutorial in the description if you would like to view that. Definitely go check out good old Rusty on YouTube. He is a very concise creator, even though there's a little bit of, shall we say, mid-video editing of, oops, that was placed wrong, or oops, I forgot that. We're all guilty of that at some point. Everybody has a start, a middle, and an expert point in their career, and I am still kind of somewhere between start and middle. So I'm not going to critique somebody on their tutorials when I have not made a tutorial myself. But definitely go check his out. Just be aware that it's 3 parts, so you don't have to do it all in one sitting and it's easy to follow. I decided to change up the palette from the statue design in his tutorial to make it a little more personalized. I went with amethyst behind those robe straps, and I went with prismarine and dark prismarine for the coat and pants. And then I swapped out the beard for smooth quartz. Just because I don't like the look of having all those lines in there from polished diorite. I'm glad it's about to be nighttime because I do want to show you what it looks like at night. But we'll get to that in a moment. I also added in this other lighthouse and a path that leads to it. So we're going to come up here. You see it connects streamlined directly to it. Now, when you look over here at the edge, I had already started this edging a while ago. I had not thought about adding a lighthouse here at the time. And that is actually lag. That is not your rendering of the video. That was weird. This actually didn't take that long to reproduce. Honestly, the longest thing it took to do was grab the redstone dust for that one light at the top. Everything else was pretty much, yeah, I could do that. And I also included the plaque, because there must be a notifier of who designed it on any build I did not come up with myself. Everything else is to spec. You can pop up here and potentially get up there. There we go. You pop up here and see that everything inside is exact. I also redid all of the entryway a little bit, so it looks pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Over here is not expressly safe, as you can see all of these torches. I also have a way of things from getting up from the lake at the moment, which, as you can see, I've been trying to slowly work at. I've been expanding the wall around this area. I wanted to say mall for some reason. It's not a mall, it's a wall. It's an upside down M, but it's a wall. I also added in this extender piece, which is going to meet up right here this way, unlike the others, for a very specific purpose. Because you can see that bridge that's connecting the AM house with the wool farm? I was going to extend that all the way out and have it T in the middle of the pond, and then link up right here with like an elevator. That's probably what we're going to get to doing in the next couple of episodes. But that is a lot of work that will need to be done. And we're near the end of our 30 minutes, so we're not going to do that today. But if you look at this, it is actually pretty well lit even at night. And I just can't get enough of playing on PC and having the reflections in the water. Even though I can barely tell what water is water when I'm looking at it straight on, if I'm looking at it from top down, I can definitely tell that's a reflective surface. That much is clear. No pun intended. But normally statues like that are just dark, covered in shadow. Like the basin down there, which I actually did rip out of good old Rusty's video. That was not part of the tutorial, and he actually says in the very beginning of part 1, we're not going to be doing the base today, we're just going to be doing the wizard statue. Well, I bet you didn't count on me actually getting the basin included, did you? Hey, when I like something, I try and emulate it. And I give credit where credit is due. You can see there is a plaque over there in between his feet. That is to denote good old Rusty's work. I did, however, swap out the light at the top of the wizard staff for a redstone lamp. And it will basically permanently be lit because underneath it I have a daylight sensor set to nighttime, and because that counts as a block, it's going to cover it and it's lit up at at night, as well as a little bit during the day. It kind of looks like it's illuminating more of his face than it actually is because there's just so many light blocks tucked away in there. I don't know if you would want to do this, I changed out his eyes for lodestones because it just makes him look exhausted. And I think it works a little bit better than just standardly using uh, dispensers. I also put one of those lodestones right here so you can see the full range of what it looks like because I didn't think I was going to be doing the same exact wizard staff. Also added a few buttons, and there are a couple of places up here where things could potentially spawn, but for the most part, it's pretty spawn safe. So while I have some of these, I might as well plunk one or two here or there just to add additional spawn proofing. Oop, not there. Not there, I said. That's fine. It just adds a little bit of extra character. I don't need that much extra character. There we go. Whee! Okay. Forgot to add one right there on that side as well. So we'll do that. Makes it look like it's a little patchy. Whoop! Don't fall off. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay, so we want to put that. Oh, there's two that go there. Okay. All right, so now I have to go back over to the other side. It's actually quite easy to jungle gym around. Okay, so we put that there. Completely missed putting both of those in. Everything else is pretty much a stair. And the top actually has white carpets in his hair just to make sure there's some spawn proofing. We can come over to the top of this here tree and get a nice vantage point that is perfectly safe to view that change as well as the road that will eventually be extending over to that house. But that cannot extend yet because I still have some digging to do. So I think next episode I'm going to start working on this here path that goes from house to there because that won't be really as impacted as the rest of it. So yeah, that'll be a good thing to start working on. I just need to go gather the materials, which I will do off camera, and I will see you at the start of next episode when we're a little bit better prepared to go. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next recording.